All right, let's dive into something that's probably in your pocket or in your hand right now, your phone. In this explainer, we're going to unpack the secret connection between this little device and our peace of mind. And more importantly, we'll look at a timeless way to take back control. So let me just ask you this straight up. That device, the one designed to connect you to literally everything, is it possible it's also quietly disconnecting you from yourself, from your own peace? So let's put our phones under the microscope for a bit. We're going to investigate how this thing we see as an essential tool might actually be a major source of stress in our daily lives. And look, let's be real. It's not all bad. Of course not. Our phones connect us with family, they help us with work, they organize our lives. But that feeling, that subtle, silent drain on our inner peace, it's real. And a lot of us don't even notice it until we're feeling totally burned out. So if that's the modern day problem, where do we even start to look for a solution? What if the answer isn't in some new productivity app, but in a blueprint for living that's over 1,400 years old? We're about to explore how Islam's core teachings give us a timeless toolkit for this very modern headache. I mean, think about it. These aren't new life hacks someone just invented for the digital age. These are ancient, powerful spiritual practices. Your 5 daily prayers, salah, those are basically scheduled timeouts to hit the reset button. Tawakkul, that's the art of trusting the process and letting go of what you can't control. It's a built-in, powerful toolkit for finding calm. Okay, so before we get to the fix, we need a really clear diagnosis. Let's break down the 5 specific ways your phone is actively adding stress to your life, whether you realize it or not. So here are the big 5. First, information overload. Then, sleep disruption. Number 3 is the big one, comparison culture. 4th is dopamine addiction. And finally, neglecting real connection. Let's dig into each one. First up, information overload. Just picture your thumb right now, the endless scroll. News, opinions, drama, ads, more opinions. It's like trying to drink from a fire hose. Our brains were just not designed to process this constant, non-stop stream of stuff. It goes completely against the Islamic principle of wasatiyah, the idea of balance and finding a middle path. Second, and oh man, this is a huge one, sleep. That blue light glowing from your screen, it's basically telling your brain, hey, it's not sleepy time yet. It does this by messing with melatonin, which is your body's natural sleep signal. And we all know a bad night's sleep is a one-way ticket to a stressful day. Third, we have the trap of comparison culture. On one side, you've got social media, which is basically everyone else's highlight reel, right? All the perfect, curated moments that can make you feel like you're not doing enough. And on the other side, you have the Islamic focus, your unique path, your journey, trusting in a divine timeline that's made just for you. These 2 worldviews are in a constant battle for your headspace. Number 4 gets into a little brain chemistry. Every time your phone buzzes, every like, every notification, your brain gets a tiny little hit of dopamine, the pleasure chemical. But over time, your brain gets rewired. It starts craving those hits. That's why you can feel more anxious and fidgety without your phone than when you have it. And all of that leads directly to our last stressor, neglecting what actually matters. This powerful quote from the Prophet, peace be upon him, is all about being intentional. Think about it. So much of our scrolling is, by definition, getting involved in things that don't really concern us. It steals our focus away from our families, our goals, and our spiritual well-being. Okay, so that was the diagnosis. But this explainer isn't just about the problem, it's about the solution. So let's make a shift. It's time to talk about real, practical steps you can take to find some digital peace. This is the million-dollar question, isn't it? After seeing how deep the problem goes, how in the world do we actually start to fix it? Well, the whole fix starts with a shift in your mindset. In Islam, there's this incredible concept called amana, which means a sacred trust. Now, what if you started thinking about your time and your attention, not as something you just spend, but as a trust from God that you are responsible for? that one idea changes everything. So here are 5 practical ways to put that idea into practice. And notice how every tip, like setting digital boundaries, isn't just a random rule. It's tied to a deeper Islamic concept, like living with intention. The goal isn't just to put your phone down, it's to do it with purpose. So for example, instead of that mindless scrolling, you could use that time for zikr, remembrance, which actively calms the heart. Just take a look. Each one links a simple action to a profound spiritual reason. So as we wrap all this up, let's just boil it down to one core message. What's the one thing you should walk away with from all this? It's easy to hear all of this and think the only answer is to go totally off-grid, to just throw your phone away. But that's not really the point. The real takeaway is this. The solution isn't to get rid of the tool, it's to become its master. It is all about taking back control of your own attention and deciding, with intention, where you want to focus your energy. And that leaves us with one final question. And this one isn't for me to answer, it's for you. This isn't just about learning something interesting. It's about making a change. So looking at those 5 tips, what is one small, manageable change you can commit to making starting today? Because that's how real pace begins.